you do to help residents and businesses improve their energy efficiency so they can save energy and save money?
Well, that's an interesting question. I mean, I think incentives would work. I'm not sure, maybe rephrase it or and what?
Yeah, they say, what will you do to help residents and businesses improve their energy efficiency so that they can save energy and save money?
Would you like to take a shot at it? Just to sort of, with that,
Yeah, sure.
as a business owner,
Yeah.
the things that we can do to help the most are credits for upgrading of air conditioning systems. They are the single largest user of power in our businesses. The second ones are continuing to use low water usage appliances. For example, our dishwashers at Polysports use an enormous quantity of water. As the technology develops, we've got to get DHEC along to watch those water quantities go down, and also, where possible, to require the heating levels to drop. One of the biggest expenses also is that we have to heat the water to run the dishes at a certain level. As those technologies develop to allow us to lower those heating levels, those issues are what we can do to really help business owners.
Well, I agree with Kirkland. I think we have to incentivize and educate. We have to speak to our utilities and incentivize their interest in educating the public about methods of saving power, preserving it in the home. As simple a process as blowing insulation and foam in the attic, which has a savings. In some instances, new windows, new treatments there. But ultimately, we've already talked a bit about some of the solutions here, like solar leasing. And we haven't talked about wind power, which has some problems, but it is another tool in the arsenal that can be deployed to try to educate the public without detracting from, not like everyone in the room, not like my windmills right half mile off the beach, but there are places that they can be put to good use that do not interfere with the aquatic life, with the birds, with the people, and they actually, I'm told, provide great fishing opportunities for our fishermen. But those things we're going to have to incentivize and continue to explore at the General Assembly.
Representative Brady, I guess you're the last.
How do we improve energy efficiency? As policymakers, we lead by example. We lead by example. And again, the Energy and Efficiency Act that I sponsored and that was passed into law in 2007 sets standards for our state buildings. Anything that is a state-funded building has to adhere to LEEDs and GREET standards as well as best practices. And you know, that means a lot of mumbo jumbo. You all know what I'm talking about because you are involved in the environmental community. But can you imagine me trying to explain this to 124 of my colleagues? It was very, very difficult. So you know what I did? We walked over here, right here to the green dorm. And I took them upstairs and I showed them the rooms. I showed them how students in this dorm have an actual printout of how much electricity that they're using on a daily basis, how much water they're using. One of my little friends, one of my lovely ladies back there, actually lived in this dorm. And it is by example, and I venture to say that she now is very conscientious about how much electricity she's using in her apartment. How many of you have school children? How many of you have school children, and then when they come home, they're saying, Mom, you need to take that water bottle and you need to recycle it. So we lead by example and we lead by education. And the other thing we do is with policymakers and with the business community, we let them know that being green is more than the right thing to do, it's saving money. When I brought those legislators here, what impressed them the most was in the first year of operation of this green quad, there was a 40% savings in utility costs and a 30% savings in water. That made sense to business people, that made sense to legislators. Being green is the right thing to do, and it also saves money.